What is up, guys? Savior TCG here, and today's video is Bonney. Finally, O7 is here. It's upon us, and we are doing a deck profile Bonney, and this is my Bonney deck profile. I have several other deck profiles as well, but I'm going to be focusing on this one for now. But I actually will make another video or two, or should I say three, we'll see, on the other deck profile Bonnies. But this is a deck profile list. I just want to show you guys what I'll be running in Bonney from now, or for now, should I say. But here it is. We have Bonney. This is the Otar leader. I was able to cop this at a pre-release, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love this leader. Like, look at that. It's like really beautiful. You got Bonney and you got Kuma on the back. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's stunning. But our effect is when opponents attack once per turn, rest one Dawn on the field. You may rest one character or one leader on the opponent's turn. So basically, your opponent swings there with their character, right? All right, rest one Dawn, rest your leader, or swing their leader, rest one Dawn, rest one of your characters. But if they have only one, just their leader, that's it, then you can't really use it. But always have one Dawn, but to use a Bonney effect. Really good effect, I will say. So this is basically like a top tier leader, and that's why I'm excited to play this. I do know my matchups, my bad matchups, my good matchups, mid matchups, but yes. So we'll just leave the leader right here, and we're going to show you the cards that I'm going to be using. Also, keep in mind, sorry, it sounds like a little stuffy. It's allergy season, and plus it's very hot. You gotta love the heat wave. But back to the deck list. So first play set is Bonney Searcher. We're going to be doing 4 Bonney Searchers, 1/1, rest 1 Dawn to search for a Supernova type of card, and has a 1K counter. So you definitely need 4 of these. You need to search for those Supernovas because there are a bunch of key Supernovas you need. So really good card, really good searcher. So play this on 2 Dawn turn. So 1 Dawn play it, and the other Dawn search. And then they have to swing into it. So if they have no searcher or board on the field, then they have to swing into it. So, yep, 4 Bonnies. And then our next playset of searchers is 4 Baby 5s. This is same as Bonney, but instead of Supernova, it's Don Quixote type. Or you can also search the same card as well. Same for Bonney as well. You can search Bonney to Bonney, and you can search Baby 5 to Baby 5. But Supernova and then Don Quixote. So this is a very good card to search for your 10 drops or Rasenante. So yeah, and a 1K counter as well. So yeah, you run 4 of those. And then our next 1 cost is Apu. I run 2 of the EBO1 Apu. It on play rest up to one of your characters 2 cost or less characters. So in case they play a 2/2 blocker, then you just play this and then you can rest it and swing into it or swing for game, however it works. But I run 2 of these. You can run 3, maybe 4 for 2K counter because it's a very good card. So yes. Also, sorry about the glare. I apologize. Our next 2K counter, 1/1, is Baby 5. I run a playset of these. It's a 2K counter, and then it's a 1, what's it called? 1 cost 1 as well. And then obviously you could play it as well, because on play, at the end of your turn, well, not on play, you play this card, and then once at the end of your turn, you trash this card, restand 2 Dawn. So if you want to play, if you're playing against someone who's a mirror or who can rest your Dawn, then maybe you can have 3 Dawn up and maybe run like a tech like Pug Gibson, or if you want to make sure they don't tap a Hoodie Jones on you, they just rest 2 Dawn, but you still have a 3rd Dawn up. So however you want to play, but I mostly use this for 2K counter. But you can also play this for free, which I will actually get to that. You'll see why. There are some points where I play this for free. But yeah, so it's a 1/1, 2K counter, and then a really good effect. I run 4 of these. I see people run 3, but I run 4, so it's really good. It's good for searcher as well. You can search off Baby 5 searcher. So a really good card. Our next card, now we're going to 2 costs, is Rasenante. You run 3 Rasenantes. You can run 4 if you want, but I might actually add in the 4th one. I just don't know what to remove, but for now we're running 3. as it is a 2 cost 1k power, and it's a blocker. And then what's it called? On your opponent's turn. What's it called? I would say you. What am I saying? I'm sorry. You can actually prevent your characters from being KO'd with this card. So if someone were to KO a rested character on your field, you basically can KO this instead. It has to be rested though. So if they get rid of a character that's active, it won't work. But this is a really good card. Definitely need it against the black matchups because. And if you have a character rested and then they use anything to pop it rested, then they just use this. But a very good card. It's a 1K counter as well and searchable with Baby 5. So, yeah. Our next card is 3 cost. We're doing 3 Violas. I don't really play this card on the field, but it is what's it called? It is a 3 cost, 3K power. It's a 2K counter. And then when your opponent attacks, you rest 2 Dawn. You just rest whenever they're Dawn. It's alright, but again, I mostly use it for a 2K counter. I rather replace this card for a Supernova 2K counter. But this is also Don Quixote, so you might want to use Baby 5 to search for this if you're looking for 2K counters. But I normally do not play this card at all. Maybe I play this in the Nami matchup, but other than that, you don't really play this card. So, yep, definitely don't play this card. But I run 3. I see people run 4, but I run 4 Baby 5s instead of 4 Violas because I know this card I'm not going to really use. Baby 5 will probably use it. Whether I'm running like a Punk Gibson or no Punk Gibson, I just want 2 Dawn them because what if they have a card that rests 1 Dawn? Who knows? But yeah. But 3 Violas, 2K counter. We have 3 Bartos. The new card, Barto in 07, very good. It's a 3 cost, 4,000 blocker. And what's it called? On your turn, once per turn, whenever you arrest an opponent's card from one of your effects, or should I say, if you use any resting effects in general, I apologize, or any resting effects, like you use something to rest something on their opponent's side or on your side. For example, a searcher. You know how you search with Bonney or Baby 5, and you have this on the field. You can, after you're done with that card's effect, or depending on what you're doing, you basically can draw 1 and trash 1. So you could basically like mulligan a dead card if you have to. If you have this on field, only on your turn though. So on opponent's turn, unfortunately not. It would actually be pretty crazy if you can actually draw and trash 1 on the opponent's turn when they're swinging and use lead effect. But it's only on your turn. It's a very good effect. This is good for 8-cost kid. You can basically play this for free off 8-cost kid. So very, very good. And anytime you rest the 8-cost kid, and if you have like a second one on the field already, it's actually not bad. You could just do the searching. But yeah, if you have a dead card and you play this and you have this on field, just use any resting effect on your side, and then you just draw on trash card. So I run 3, also a 1K counter as well. Next card is Rouge. We're running 4 Rouge. This is a key card, searchable off Bonney. It's a 4 cost, 5K power, and it's a blocker. And then end of your turn, you restand 1 Dawn. So playing this on your second turn is very good because you swing with Bonney later. You play this, and then you end turn, and then restand 1 Dawn. You have your Dawn up for if they have like a small character on the board. So very good card. It's a blocker as well. You definitely need 4 of these. Got that 1K counter as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. Our next card is Cavendish. Another important card, searchable off Bonney. It is very good. It's a 5 cost, 6K power. You definitely need 4 of these. It's a 1K counter. And on play / when attacking, you restand 2 Dawn anytime you swing or you play it. The only thing is you can't have more than 1 Cavendish. So if you play a second Cavendish and you haven't swung with the first one yet, you cannot use this effect. So be aware you only need 1 Cavendish on the board. But restanding 2 Dawn is absolutely great. Because imagine being able to just play a 10 drop and then you just swing 6 with Cavendish. Even if it's at an opponent's kid or a bigger monster, then you just restand 2 Dawn no matter what. And then you can use that 1 Dawn to maybe you have a searcher on board. You can free search or Maybe you use a tech event card, and then you also have the other Dawn for your lead effect as well. So very, very good. You can use this card with a bunch of combos. This is a very deadly card. It's very good. I love this card from EBO. So 4 Cavendish is 100%. That's a key card. Now we have our next 5 costs. A new card is Bonney. I run 2 Bonnies. I've seen people run 3. I've seen people run like none at all. I run 2. I could take it out. I'm actually thinking about it, but I like this card for the yellow matchups, especially for Anel and then Kados, because the on-play effect is, sorry for the glare, is what's it called? Up to one up to one of your leaders, and not leaders, one of opponent's characters. Keep in mind this only works when they're rested. It's basically a mini Dofi. So up to one of your characters cannot restand on the opponent's next turn. So it's like a mini Dofi. Same thing for the Dawn too. You can also do it for the Dawn. So you could basically keep their one Dawn rested or one of their characters rested on their side once it's their turn. So it's a very good card, and it's also a 1k counter. It's a 6 power, 5 cost. I don't really use this card that much, but if I need it, I definitely need it. I use this mostly to the yellow matchups, but any other matchups, not really, but we'll see what happens. But if there's something where they don't want to, they have it, and they're going to insta-play it, then just play this, and then rest when they're done, they can't play it next turn. But you have to, like, do the math and calculate, but very good card. So I run 2 Bonnies, but if you want to run 1 or just 0, that's fine. I maybe add more 2Ks or another tech card. That's absolutely fine with me. So our next playset is Hawkins, one of the new cards as well. Searchable off Bonney, also that Bonney as well. I forgot to mention that. Very good card, 6 cost, 7,000 power. It's a blocker only if your leader is a supernova, so we have leader Bonney. You can also use this on our Red Green Law and start that kid. But this is a very good card. Why? Because the effect is once per turn only. When your opponent removes this card, KO or bottom deck, no matter what it is, you can, prevent this card from dying by just resting one of their characters. Not leaders, only characters, unfortunately. If it was leader, it would have been great. But if they were to KO this and they have no characters or all the characters are rested, then you can't use the effect. You have to let it die. When you use this to block, it dies. You can't use the effect. It only works on removal. So if they try to add it to life or bottom deck it or KO it, and you can rest one of their like baby costs or on their board, like anything, then it's safe. So this is a really good card, really good blocker. It's definitely strong against a lot of decks, and this is very, very hard to remove. So keep in mind that. But really good card. Unfortunately, no counter, but it would have been too broken if it was counter. Imagine it was a 5 cost. It would have been insane. But 4 Hawkins is definitely good. You need 4 Hawkins. Our next card, not a new card, OP06 card. We got 4 Hoodie Jones. Hoodie Jones. You need 4 Hoodie Jones. Not 2, not 3, you need 4. If you want to run 3, that's fine to squeeze in another card. But you definitely need 4. This is a key card. Unfortunately, it's not searchable at all. But it's very good. It gains rush on play. You rest 2 other characters, and then you take a life. It's good for the mirror, and then it's good for certain matchups like red. Like if they have 2 Dawn, they have like Radical Beam. All right, just play Hoodie Jones and rest both their Dawn. It's also good to clear board as well, to rest 2 characters and go for board. Keep in mind you lose a life though. So if you're like not healthy, then it's not really worth playing the card unless you know you're gonna survive a turn or 2. But this card is a guarantee for most decks. This is good for wiping out board. But yes, so 4 cards, or I should say 4 Hoodie Jones. You definitely need it. Run 4 Hoodie Jones. Our next key card is searchable from Bonney. Is 8 cost Kid. You run 3 of these, or run 2. I was running 2, but I added a 3rd one recently. So I want to run 3, but if it doesn't work out well, I might take out this and then add another brick card or a counter. It depends. We'll see. The next card you'll see explains it. But this kid is a OP01. It's a 8 cost, 8,000 power. What's it called? When you have 1 Dawn on it and it's rested, your opponent can only swing at the kid. They cannot swing at nothing else. So very good card against most decks. It's like a defensive wall, so it's like having an AK leader basically. But they have ways to remove it because they can bomb deck it or KO it or add to life. Who knows, like category 8 cost. And then activate manias, you rest it, and then you play a 3 cost or less card on your what's it called? Just on the field. So remember the Barto I explained to you guys earlier? You can definitely play this off Barto. It's very, very good. So rest is attack, then play the Barto, and then yeah, you're good. Unfortunately, you rest this before you play the Barto, so you cannot use the Barto effect. You can also play this from Rasenante as well. And also Baby 5, the 2K, which I actually did it recently, but it's very hard to explain. But it's any 3 or less. If you have Cavendish on board, that's perfect, because then what if you want to play a Searcher and then you swing with Cavendish, restand 2 Dawn, and then you use 1 Dawn to search and the other Dawn for your lead effect. So again, there are so many combos with this deck that you can do. It's very good with all the other cards as well. But this card is a key card. Definitely need to be hunting for this card. Try to get this card as early as possible. But if not, then unfortunately you can't run it. You can pitch it though for an event, which I will show you. But 3 kids, very good card. OP01. I love the art on that. I run 1 Zoro. Now, the only thing I have an issue with the Zoro is I would run 2, I run 3. Other decks, I run 2 or 3. In this deck, I just run 1, but I do want to remove a 3rd kid and add a 2nd Zoro. The problem with the Zoro is it's not searchable. So, it's only a Straw Hat, unfortunately, and it sucks, because imagine being able to search this off Bonney Searcher. It would have been so good. But we have our Secret Zoro, 9 cost, 9k power, and it can swing 3 times. So when attacking, you rest 1 Dawn to restand, and then you can activate its main to rest 2 Dawn to restand it. So you can swing with this card 3 times. It's very good. You can swing 16k 3 times. So this is good against a lot of matchups. If it doesn't get removed in turn 1, then this could do a lot of damage. So keep in mind, this card is absolutely insane if it survives the 1 turn. But 1 Zoro, if you want to add 2, go ahead. And I mean, I would remove a kid, I would say, to add a 2nd Zoro. But yes, 1 Zoro. Our last card, should I say, is 3 10-drop Dofis. Searchable off Baby 5. I usually run 4 before, but now I run 3. I actually took out the 4th Dofi for the 3rd kid. So it again is a lot of experimenting, but I do like the 3 Dofi. It's not bad. 10 drop, 10k on play. You may choose up to 3 of your opponent's leaders and characters that they can keep rested. So you can rest a leader and then 2 characters or 3 characters. Or just 1, who knows, but you have up to 3 options. But they have to be rested, though, obviously, for it to work. But it's a really good card, because you can play this card and survive a turn. So if they have 2 characters and 1 leader, then you just play this and then you survive a turn. Unless they're playing Rush, like Red Rush, but very good. Very good card. Love the art on that as well. Now we're going to our events, which is just literally just 1 event. So these are our last 2 cards. We're running the 0 cost event. It's one of those, what's it called? He gives you 3,000 power, and then you pitch a card, which this is a good card for, like, Dofi or Kid, or even Zoro, even though you have 1 Zoro. But any of the bricks you have, you basically use this to get rid of your bricks, because it gives you +3. And the trigger is rest up to one of your opponent's 4 costs or less, which is not a bad trigger. It's like a mini Punk Gibson. But if they have a bunch of 4 costs, like, for example, RP Law, and then you have this, you might as well just trigger and rest like their other 4 costs, or who knows. But this is a good card. I run 2 of these. Maybe run a 3rd one and get rid of maybe a counter or 2. But you definitely need 2 of these, 100%. So no 1 or 0. This is a good card. And then that is it, folks. We have our Bonney deck. That's the Bonney deck. This is the Bonney deck I'm going to be running. I do have a few things to say. I'm actually in the process of, like, changing up my room, which I will get to that in about, like, a future video. And also, I'm actually going to be playing Bonney basically only. So from here on out, you're going to be seeing me play Bonney only. So for any Bonney players that are interested in seeing Bonney matches and all that, Bonney matches against any other matches, mirror match, then this is definitely the channel to stick around, because I'm just going to be playing Bonney only. If you see a match that's not Bonney, it's 2 different decks. Like for example, Lucci versus what Gecko, or BY Luffy versus No, then that's probably not gonna be me. That's probably gonna be someone else. I just wanted to record a video. But if you guys are requesting for other videos than just Bonney, then I understand that. But if not, then I'm just gonna be doing Bonney only. So I'm only doing Bonney only. So for a while, for this next set, because I've been excited to play this leader since it got announced. So Bonney only videos coming up. I'm actually gonna be making another deck list for Bonney. This will be a deck list for people who cannot get the ACOS kids, as I know the ACOS kids are kind of high in value. Not super high, but you know they jumped up a lot for a lot of reasons, and not even because of this leader too. There were previous leaders that actually made it jump up, so I'm sure some of you know what it is. But I hope you guys enjoy the deck list. I apologize for the pauses. It's allergy season, and yeah, so hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night or morning or day, and I'll see you guys soon, and I'll post my first OP07 video soon. Also, check out one of my buddies, Kick Filet. He's also going to be uploading a video of my Bonney deck list, but it's going to be more into detail on how to play the deck, what to mulligan for, blah, blah, blah. This is the same deck, basically. So check him out on the channel. The video will be on his channel. I'll put his link in the description and his channel. And then also follow my socials. Be sure to subscribe, like the video. And yeah, you have a good rest of your day, folks. Goodbye.